Braverman is going to be joining shortly, and he's going to give a short message, and then he'll be leaving, and then we're going to be talking with Dr. Eric Braverman, MD. He's going to talk about post-incarcerated youth. He's going to talk about his new book that just came out. He's going to talk about how we can help, the type of suggestions he would give for us to deal with post-incarcerated youth and those who are maybe mentally incarcerated after being released from jail. Hello, there's Dr. Connor. We're finally getting going here. There's always some technical difficulties. We appreciate it. So what we are doing is we're announcing today 1 million people and $1 million returningyouth.com campaign. The 1 million people, $1 million returningyouth.com. We're asking everybody to give a minimum of $1. $1, that's all, to returningyouth.com. Returningyouth.com. Hello, Dr. Connor. How are you? We've got Willie on. We got Dr. Eric Braverman.
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to now.
Yeah, we're getting a fair amount of echo.
Okay. All right, I got it. Let me see. I'm trying to mute. Okay.
Yeah, that takes care of the echo. Dr.
That's
Connor,
good.
you're on mute. Dr. Connor, you're on mute.
Gary, an apple a day keeps prison away.
I like it, Dr. Braverman.
Because, eating cheaply but eating well is a secret for their charge of their well-being. Jesus came to set the captives free. So we need to be realistic that, canned salmon is cheap. How to get, cucumbers are cheap. How to get oils and vinegar. Olive oil is the central thing. Yogurt with probiotics is inexpensive. I mean, you really eat a very disciplined life and build your health back. And
we may ask you to help us with our menu once we open up our first property in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Oh, I'll tell you, the green apples and the key is juicing, and I could teach them how to eat beautifully without costing.
Well, Dr. Braverman, Dr. Connor is only going to be on for a short time. For the rest of the hour, it'll be with you and me and Willie. So at this particular point, Dr. Braverman, Dr. Connor, tell us about your $1 million campaign.
I'm over here.
The 1 million people, $1 million campaign.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Dr. Braverman, and good afternoon, Gary. Good afternoon, Brother Willie, who is actually sitting next to me. Well, good afternoon, the audience, those who are listening to us.
We're getting an echo, Dr. Connor.
I'm getting such an echo, Dr. Connor. You have to watch the movie of Lou Gehrig at Yankee Stadium, where he says he's the luckiest man in the world. And we need every prison youth to be able to watch that with us, where a guy who's dying of ALS gives a speech that he's the luckiest man on earth because they're not in prison anymore. Either is Joseph in prison.
Give me a second.
I got a whole plan.
Dr. Braverman, please wait. Willie, you have to.
I couldn't resist because the echo is just like Yankee Stadium.
I got it. Willie, you have to put the volume down on your phone.
He did.
All right. So go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Braverman, for joining us. And I don't know, is there a way we can see Dr. Braverman?
You have to click on.
I can't get the video on this particular phone that Gary sent to. If he sends me to the other phone, I could do it. But this phone is not set up properly. So
while I'm talking, why don't Gary send you the other one and other phone?
Dr. Braverman, what's the last 2 digits of the other phone?
I just sent you a hello.
Okay, thank you. I'll do that right now. Go ahead, Dr. Connor.
All right. Well, as we said, thank you very much to the audience, those who are listening to us. This is a wonderful opportunity in this new day, Friday of this week. This is the first Friday after the new administrative people individuals, those who sworn in the Capitol. The new era of this country, that is President Biden and Vice President Harris, they took the office on Wednesday, and today is the first Friday for them. So, because this is such a special week, I would like to thank all of you, those who are listening to me, and those who are listening to this radio station, that we have a wonderful physician, Dr. Beverman, who is not only a great physician, but he also a good philanthropist, and also he is a good writer. He's a good spiritual person, plus he's a stem cell specialist. On top of that, this program is dedicated for the post-incarcerated individuals, young adults, especially African American young adults, those who are coming out of jail. We are providing them everything possible so that they can have a better life if they want to. It's all about if they want to. We all can offer, we all can give. Wow, here we see Dr. Beverman from Florida having a great t-shirt. That's great. You know, makes me feel that I'm in Florida too. Thank you, Dr. Beverman, with that wonderful smile there.
Oh, you look
So-
great. You look great, Eric.
So all I want to do is to introduce what Gary just launched today, and along with Mr. Willie, Brother Willie, we are having a journey in this year, 2021, for the young African American adults, those who are coming out of jail. We want to give them the every rights so that they can transform themselves and they can be a good US citizen. And for that, today we are officially launching a campaign. I don't know how long that campaign is going to go, but today is the first day. We are launching this campaign called Million People and $1 Million campaign for the returning youth. That means all we have to go is we have to reach out to 1 million people, just 1 million people. You know why? Because this country has 338 million people. We cannot even reach out 1 million people. Of course we can. 1 million people giving $1 each makes you $1 million. And this $1 million we can save at least 250,000 young adults, so that they don't have to commit suicide or they don't have to have recidivism, because I don't want them to go back to prison again. I want them to transform themselves to become a good US citizen. So that's why, please join us, support us. Gary is going to give more details how you can join it. There are 2 programs. Either you can be a captain or you can be a lieutenant. And Gary will give all the details of this campaign as we go along. But I would like to turn over this to Gary. And Gary, thank you very much for hosting this wonderful event. And let's launch this program today in the audience with the radio show, social media, and in the presence of the witness of Dr. Beverman, who is such a great person. I love him that he joined us today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brother Willie. I love you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Willie. Thank you. Listen, let me give you some background to this. This is the 1 million people and $1 million returningyouth.com campaign. The 1 million people and $1 million. Hey, if we can get to 1 million people to give $1, guess what? That's $1 million. If we can get 100,000 to give $10, that's $1 million. So if we can get 10,000 people to give $100, that's $1 million. So we're calling it the minimum $1 campaign. 1 million people with $1 million. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can sign on. First of all, go to returningyouth.com. You can go to returningyouth.com and you can contact us there.
You need to jump in and talk.
and then you can contact us there, and
Let Eric
we'll let you.
keep on talking. I'll tell you exactly.
I'll let you know what we need. So what we're looking for is people that want to join us. So there's a couple of ways: be a captain or a lieutenant. A captain is a leader of the campaign. By leading a minimum, getting at least 10 or more people who will donate a minimum of $1 on your team. So get your team, get 10 people, get 10 people to donate $1. All you have to do to be a captain is to reach a minimum of 10 friends that they're going to give a minimum of $1. I want to stress it's a minimum of $1. We want more, but we'll take $1. And you must appoint at least 10 lieutenants underneath you. Each lieutenant will reach out to 10 individuals and they will collect $1 each. You see, we're trying to reach $1 million, and this is the way that we're trying to get this to be viral to do this. So, as a captain, you're going to get 10 people, and you're going to get 10 lieutenants who are going to get 10 people. That's 100 people. We should do that. All lieutenants will provide money to the campaign and send it to the nonprofit, which is voiceofthekids.org. You can either will take cash. A captain could take a cash, but you can go online and also donate online. A lieutenant is a supporter of the campaign and kind of dotted line into a captain. They're supporting the campaign by supporting the captain by engaging a minimum of 10 or more people that they will donate at least a minimum of $1 to join the team. All you have to do is reach a minimum of 10 friends to give $1. As a captain, you must appoint 10 lieutenants, and a captain reports 10 lieutenants, but a lieutenant is only responsible for 10. A captain is responsible for 100. All contributions are tax deductible to the full extent allowed by the IRS. And we will list your names, publish on the website for anybody who joins us. And anybody who gets gold members, we're given a time slot on the radio show. We're here every Friday from 3 to 4. You'll be gold members, and we want to hear from you. Listen, you know that what we're trying to do, we're trying to stop post-incarceration rearrest in the African American community. That's what we're looking to do. And Willie, you know what we're doing. I want to hear your background. Maybe you can unmute. Tell us what you think about this $1 million, million person campaign.
Well, I think it's anything that will help. You understand? A lot of times, a lot of people think, I want to give, but I don't have money. I don't want. I don't have $500. I don't have $1,000. And so they say, well, how can I help? So I like the creativeness that you've put together. This captains, and that's genius, and that allows to bring people in, and also allows people to help fund. Because the thing is that we have a lot of young people that they're so disenfranchised that they are basically not even thinking about buying a house or starting a company or buying a nice car or something like that. They're just trying to survive. And with this initiative, we can definitely get these young people and give them hope again. Let them know, hey, someone does love you, someone you are cared for, even though you've made a few mistakes. We're not going to hold that against you. Come on out. We're going to make sure that you get training so that you can be able to take care of your family, be able to have money, buy a house, do a thing, start your own business. So this is why it's so important that everybody that's under the sound of my voice, and I know my people that are in the churches, the pastors, I'm going to spread this like wildfire, because I know it helps. It helps our community. It helps our sons and daughters. So that's why I'm excited about the program. And again, I like that new initiative of getting it to one person. They get 10 people, and altogether, a captain has 100 people. I'm definitely going to be working with that.
Thank you very much. Gary, can I jump in for a second?
Please.
Thank you very much, Gary, for giving that much details here. What I would like to tell the audience, you can, because as you all know about Brother Willie here, so this campaign is going to be led by Brother Willie, Brother Gary, Brother Claim, Mike Esmond, and we have another individual, Brother Michael, actually. So these are few individuals, those who are going to lead this campaign. They will be way beyond captain, so they will be appointing captains. So anybody, those who are listening here, those who want to contribute, those who want to be a captain, please reach out to this individual. And Gary is going to give you the contact number, but there is also a contact number on the website that is 302-746-2311, 302-746-2311, or you can also contact k.com. You can do that, or you can individually reach out to Gary, reach out to Brother Willie, Brother Claim, and you can be a captain. So let's make this happen ASAP, because we are going to start marching this campaign effective today. As I said, this is the first Friday of the new administration, and we need to bring change. And the change is we all, as civilians, we all need to work together to give the rights to these young African American adults, young adults, those who are coming out of post-incarceration, those who are coming out of jail. They need every single help so that we can move forward. So this will give, as I said, minimum 200 to 250,000 individuals to get a better life. So this $1 million brings a long journey. So please help us, because this country needs your help. So those who are listening, please jump into this campaign, be a captain or a lieutenant, but you need a captain, okay? Bring a captain from your community, from your church, whoever wants to be. Please reach out to Brother Willie, reach out to Brother Gary, and they will direct you exactly how to do it. And thank you very much. Now, Gary, it's your show with Dr. Eric.
Thank you. Thank you. You can contact us if you want to be a captain. Help us raise $1 million for today's to return young African Americans back to a productive life at 302-746-2311. That's 302-746-2311. Or contact k.com and fill out the form, contactk.com. Again, this is trying to raise $1 million to get post-incarcerated African American Black youth back on a productive life. We're going to put them in a home. We're going to give them food. We're going to put a house mama, house papa there to over them. We're going to have case managers, give them physical, psychological, and other types of support. So, Dr. Braverman, I guess it's me and you here. It's just you and I. So the rest of the time, the rest of the half hour is all yours, mine and yours.
Okay.
I'd love to hear. I'd love to.
I'm in the sun, but it doesn't matter, right? Because
No, you look good. You look good.
I'm in the sunshine. Here's the thing, just to clarify, it's contact K as in the letter K, right? Because people might spell it K-A-Y. It's contact capital K.com, right?
Thank you, Dr. Braverman. I'm for pointing that
All right.
out.
And then you're setting the captives free here. And I assume if there are Hispanic and Caucasian youth, you won't turn them down, or you're.
No. But we can't see your face. We can see your head. That's all. There we go.
Okay.
No. We're not gonna turn.
So it's not restricted to just one race, right?
We're targeting the African American
Community,
but
because it's a higher percentage of, but it's
much
still
higher percentage.
But their Hispanic and Caucasian will be welcome as well, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, beautiful. All right, next is, look, you saw me while we were doing this, working out, right?
I saw you.
So
Nobody else did.
I'm in the business of training people to withstand any type of imprisonment, because the worst imprisonment of life is not to be free in your own mind and choices. So
mental incarceration.
Right. The whole lesson of the Bible, the book of Exodus, is to go from enslavement to Pharaoh that's unjust to a enslavement or at least a bonding to Jesus Christ that's liberating, and the God of Israel that's in the book of Exodus that liberates through personal self-esteem and knowing you're a valuable person in God's eyes, that every single person is imbued with the Holy Spirit or filled with the Holy Spirit. And I want to teach them that God is called the God of...
I want to see your face if you don't mind. There
Okay.
you go.
All right, God of was, is, and will be. So he's a God of past, present, and future. And we all have a great present. We can turn the present into a wonderful future. So I think I can teach every single inmate that comes out and is now an outmate the discipline that they may have learned through their suffering so they never have to go back again. In other words, they can learn cheaply how to get probiotic yogurt with cinnamon, costs you, 10 cents a day. How they can get flaxseed, Metamucil. They may not think when they're young they need fiber, but they do. They may not think that boiled eggs are exciting, but they'll learn with olive oil, a boiled egg, soft boiled egg, will get your hair and skin looking great. And their eggs with fish oil. Then
Hey,
they may
Dr.
not
Braverman,
think,
I want to welcome Clem Yabora. He is the
hey,
chairman
Clem,
of
how are you? So
Clem, you're on mute there.
I'm good. Can you
Gary,
hear
I
me?
want to get, we were just about to say, Clem, I had a whole program, which is cheaply eating, like chewing an apple a day keeps you out of prison, apple a day keeps you out of prison. And apple a day is a liberating thing.
Right.
So I really wanted to get this whole concept of dumbbells in. I was showing Gary how I work out, every second. You have small weights to teach people that no matter how little money they have, there's a way to build your health. And so you do accounting of dollars. I have done accounting of what I call the logistics of health time. Logistics of health time, which mean, or to put it to you in simple terms, the logistics of daily well-being, of how to get it inexpensively, fitness oriented. Apple a day keeps prison away. That's the phrase I've been looking for. Apple a day or a pear a day. Chew foods. Everyone has to floss. I mean, I got to teach people tooth hygiene. I want to keep them away from doctors and away from prison. And I want to set the captives free with well-being. I also think everyone should buy the Max McLean for $1. We should buy them the Max McLean Listeners app. There is no better read Bible than the audio Bible. And I find the Psalms and the Gospels and the epistles can be so liberating, even if they just hear it for 2 minutes a day, a minute or two a day. And so I have a whole plan of fitness, spiritual fitness, brain fitness, sleep fitness, exercise fitness, the works. And I know all the kids, in this area. I play basketball with the 16-year-olds and that have been in prison, and the 14-year-olds, and they're in prison one way or another, whether they know it or not. Emotional prison, prison to anger, prison to money problems, prison to pot.
Well, what Dr. Khanna calls, and I do want to give a chance for Clem to talk.
I'm going to say no more. That was my intro. I'm going to go back to doing my thing.
No. I want you to talk more, but I want Clem to give a chance to talk about.
I wanted to share that basic with Clem, that I have inexpensive eating, inexpensive workouts, a health fitness plan, and then a training plan. I'm convinced I have ways to make everybody smarter by using their phone as a smart tool accessory for education. That's it.
Thank you. Clem, today we launched, Dr. Khanna launched what he is calling the Million People, $1 Million Returning Youth.com campaign. The Million People, $1 Million. So I imagine $1 million people, Clem, and they're going to give $1, and we're going to raise $1 million.
Well, I mean, that's certainly a fantastic idea, and it's not something that is not achievable. And I know with Dr. Braverman behind us, a lot of that is doable. What we need to do is we need to just continue to persevere, but we also need the whole community behind us. We need as many people to be, engaged in what we're doing. It's not, what we're doing is not designed as a generating income for us. No, it's designed as generating the ability to bring sustainability to these young people so that society as a whole will be safer. At the end of the day, if there is minimized recidivism, there's minimized crime on the street, and like Dr. Breverman, you just said, you are playing basketball with them. You know, they come back and they are part of society so that we can play basketball with them. That's what this fund contribution to the fund would do. And I look forward to seeing a lot of people involved in this so that it becomes a movement. It becomes a movement. We want to mobilize the community to do this. And that's my goal.
Thank you, Clem. Yes, it is a movement, and you know, $1 million is not asking for a lot. Let's be honest in terms of, of reducing crime at the same time. Let's be honest, 55% arrest rate within 12 months. These people are young people are committing crime because they're mentally incarcerated, as Dr. Eric Braverman just told us. They're they have no way out of in their mind to get out of a life of crime. So they commit another crime. But don't think that it doesn't affect you, because it affects you in terms of taxes. It affects because to reduce crime, it affects you in terms of the crime could be against you. It could be against your friends. It could be against your family. It could be against your business. Reducing crime helps all the time. It helps the cities.
Hey, Gary, it's gonna if you teach any of these youths, they'll end up being the paramedical. They'll actually have an impact on the ones that have the silver spoon, that think that they're living well. If we can teach them to have that sense of value that transcends this world, because no one's going to be, who's remembered. Good. If we have to get them to have that sense of value by treating the brain, mind, and spirit as a temple of the Holy Spirit, they'll get to a point at different times with the combination of music, Holy Spirit, eating well, living well, and then matching them to some kind of reliable work. And I'm not certain yet how that component will go, but there's always work to be done. Right. I mean, there's and no matter what the work is, I mean, you can make a big deal that you're moving garbage, but anybody who lives in a home, what's the first thing any wife or significant other, who's taking it out? Somebody's got to take it out. And the teamwork, it's good to learn to wash feet, and they need to get connected to the humble beginnings. And they look at, George Washington on the dollar bill. I just read a story about him, where they couldn't get a beam down together for the huts, and it was stuck and they couldn't move it. Washington just dismounted his horse, asked the corporal how come he wasn't helped. He says, "I'm a corporal." He says, "Sir, he who wishes to be first must serve all." So we'll roll up our sleeves, and we'll show them that they need to not think that just because you're not starting at top, no matter who's at top, they have to, wash feet, and we all have to wash feet. And so I think that, who knows, maybe we'll even go take them to church one day, a group of people, and we'll do a foot washing and let them get connected.
Well, I want to say that one aspect of our program is to train these young post-incarcerated youth to begin to train others. And I'd like Clem to get your opinion on that, because I know that you've been talking about this. Getting, once they're through the program, right? Well, yes. They're going to be helping others, right?
Right, because we depend so much on the peer counselors. When someone has been through the prison system and has come out, they have firsthand experience. They have firsthand knowledge. And if they have come and have been helped to stay away from going back to prison, then they are very good role models for the now returning youth to kind of get to understand the methodology that was used for keeping them out of prison. So we value the input that these young peers can give to the newly arrived ones. At the same time, these same peers who are counseling are able to link us with other kids who are already on the street and have the potential for going back to jail. They've never been there before, but they have the potential. So using the peer counselors, using these participants, we believe that the next level is to have a team that will reach back out to the street to prevent the younger ones from going into jail in the first place.
Thank you, Clem. Yeah. So listen, each one reach one. So each post-incarcerated youth will come into the program. Some of them will have a real desire to help other people, and you know what? They're going to know more about how to do that than we, because we don't have that experience. We haven't been in prison. We don't know what it's like, but they do know what it's like, and they are able, if they've come out of what we call the mental incarceration, now they can help others come out of mental incarceration. So I want to just remind everybody, go to returningyouth.com, returningyouth.com. The Million People, $1 million returningyouth.com campaign. We're looking for 1 million people to give $1, or 100,000 give $10, or whatever. We're trying to raise $1 million to help these young post-incarcerated youth come out of jail.
Gary, I'm going to donate any office visits that are generated from me joining the show. So anybody who calls me, they speak to me free. So I can donate 20 minutes to a half hour to talk about how to get to 7% body fat, how to sleep better, how to get smarter, how to get your sinuses clean, how to have a better winter, how to use. I have a million, pun intended, million techniques for staying healthy, from white light to how to play different sports, how to really stay healthy as you age. So I have to get off in a few minutes, but I want to make that.
Give you a number, and also tell us about the book. You just released a book. Tell us.
Yeah, we just did a book on children, and what I can do is I have 50 books. They cost $10, and anyone who buys that book will donate that money to you. Okay.
Fantastic. What's the name of the book, Dr. Braverman?
Raising Miracle Children. And
Raising Miracle Children.
The first, pediatrics actually is age 26, and the brain doesn't even mature to age 32, Gary. So what we've done with this book is made the brain the main aspect of pediatrics. In other words, I give people where they can get memory tests, attention tests, how to speed up the processing of children, how to help autistic kids, how to help insomnia kids, how to help the kids with the sinus infections, how to help the kids that have mood problems, anxiety problems, premenstrual problems, period problems, sex problems, smoking problems, pot problem, you name it. I got a brain health guide to the chaos of childhood. All right. I take it from Jesus Christ. It says chaos, the antidote to chaos is Jesus Christ. Christ has another outstanding solution. That's what spells chaos. So our great General Mattis talked about the Colonel has another outstanding solution. We keep going to Jesus. He's got a solution. All right.
What number do people want to reach you at so they can buy the book, or is it need?
Hey, they can email me at pathmedical@gmail. They can use that 347-266-9361 number. 347-266-9361. Whoever buys a book, we have to work it out, Gary. What I can do is I can either send them to you, or we'll ship it to them, but after they pay, donate to the foundation, if we're allowed to do that. I think we are. There's no reason I can't donate that way. So to my knowledge, I just want to tell you though that I hope to meet with your counselors soon, and I would like to show them and go over various inexpensive eating and exercising techniques that will build self-esteem. You can endure very harsh solitary confinement and very harsh disappointments in life if you can get the cornerstones which are eating well, exercising well as a temple of your body, getting your spirit filled, and having a few friends and associates that you share values with. And those four, cornerstones, you can pretty much survive anything and not go back to the can. All right. And so, and you have to have I personally live a life with that I'm bonded to God and Jesus Christ on that cross. I mean, Jesus is nailed into that cross. I like to nail myself into the Word of God and the lifestyle so that I don't end up deviating. I mean, nobody's perfect. I think we also have to accept grace that we're going to deviate, and we want them to live that wonderfully rich life that the Holy Spirit gives. So I really do hope we'll get that Max McLean app inexpensively. I don't think it costs virtually anything. We'll teach people how to eat better. We'll get them to have that minimum of an hour of exercise, and we'll give the book to the families that can have a more sophisticated health plan. Okay.
Book is $10. To get the book, the funds will be donated to this campaign.
Yeah, let them give it to you, and then I'll get you. You tell me where to ship the books, and I'll ship it out for you. Okay?
Well, we'll figure it out. 347-266-9361 for Dr. Braven if he wants some. He's volunteering some medical help. If you need help in any area, believe me, I've known him for about 15 years. He's an expert in many different areas. If you want to help us raise the $1 million, 302-746-2311.
All right. Gary, I'm going to join you again next week and try to slot some more time. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Braven.
All right. Bless you.
All right. Here we are. Hello, Clem. Yes. So we're talking, I guess you're on mute, but we're talking.
I'm back.
Thank you. Well, that was very generous of him. I hope we can sell the 10 books and get the $10 for each that he's going to donate.
Yes. I hope that the listeners are ready and willing. And then, of course, give them the website. We're going to feature the book on the website so they can go to the website to do that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Returningyouth.com. Returningyouth.com. We still have to get information about the new campaign up there, but it's 1 million people, $1 million. Returningyouth.com. So basically, we're looking for two types of people. Okay, we need your help. We need a captain. A captain is going to get 10 people underneath him or with him, who's going to get 10 people. 10 people. They're called lieutenants. So the captain will get a lieutenant, and you get 10 lieutenants. And those 10 lieutenants will get 10 people. So that's a captain's responsible for 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. And lieutenant is responsible for 100 people.
Okay.
So we're looking for captains and lieutenants. And let's be honest, you're asking for a minimum of $1. People may want to give more. That's okay. But you're asking 10 people to give $1. How hard is that?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're asking 10 people to join us and get 10 of their friends. It's not complicated. Donate just $1. Returningyouth.com to 302-746-2311. Clem, I want to just ask, we've been very busy this week. Are there any updates you can share with our audience?
Well, at this point, we are moving forward. We think that we are very close to getting Elizabeth up. Yeah. We already have Strasburg, Pennsylvania already up. And
that's right.
Yes. So with Elizabeth, we are that close, and we've already got certain promises that as soon as the house is open, if we want 100 people in the house, they can give us 100 people. But our key to all this is that we want to make sure that whoever comes in is committed to success. They are committed to be with us so that at the end, they have a sustainable life. They have ability to make income. They have ability to have their own housing and pay their own housing costs, and move on forward to become part of what we do, what society is doing. In one of the things that we are going to start pursuing vigorously is that we have to give them the ability also of home ownership.
Yes.
Home ownership. It is not just them going through our housing and getting a job and then they are out. No. What we want to do is we want to look at whatever options are available to nonprofits that allow us to acquire housing at minimal costs, rehabbing the properties, turning it over to our participants, and letting them pay us back. They will get it at minimal cost. It will be newly refurbished. So, it's almost like moving into a new home. And we want to do that. It's going to take us a number of years, a couple of years to get to that point. Because even if we were offered a property today, we still need 1 million people, $1 million
Yes.
to be able to do that.
Yes.
We have some great ideas, but it requires a little bit of money for us to get to where we need to get to. We have great ideas on the table. We want to give them a career. First of all, we give them a home. We give them the basic health, mental health care. We give them a career counselor to walk them through. We give them a life coach. We give them a peer counselor. Prepare them for life as it is. We give them a place to live on a temporary basis. It could be 6 months. It could be, until they are ready to move into their own home. When they move, they may be renting to start with. But with the help of all these people listening to us today, we believe that in the next 6 to 12 months, we will be able to start, engaging in acquiring properties that we can refurbish and turn over to our participants. We have great plans. We just want people to start mobilizing and participating with us. Now, if there's anyone outside who is listening to us, who wants to contribute, who wants to talk about anything to us, please, Gary, give them the phone number to call.
Sure. It's right on the screen here. It's at 302-746-2311, 302-746-2311. And contact K, capital K.com. Contact K if you don't want to call, you just want to go on the internet and leave us a note. That'll be fine. But 302-746-2311. 1 million people, $1 million. That's what we're trying to do. We need captains. Please sign up to be a captain. Please sign up to be a lieutenant, and help us reduce crime in the inner cities, get African Americans back on their feet. They are overrepresented in arrests. They are overrepresented in jails. They are overrepresented in rearrests. And there are systemic reasons for that. But if we can get to the root of these individuals, because with one of our partners we work with, who has been doing this for 25 years, he explains to us, and it's part of what Dr. Khanna calls the mental incarceration, is that when they come out of prison, they are not trained to do anything. If they're trained to do anything, mostly if they're trained to be a better criminal. They don't learn how to be better. So when they get into the job, they are trying to game the system. They're trying to get by. They're trying to figure out what they can do so they can do the least. it takes time for them to see, well, wait a second. In this particular program, I could drive a truck and make 55 grand a year. Within 4 to 6 weeks, I can have a job doing that. If I can have some financing, I can buy my own truck, and now I'm making $150,000 a year. So one of the partners who has been working with these youth, and when they come in, they say, listen, they're trying to game the system, trying to get by. It takes a time for that mental incarceration to disappear so that they can understand that this program is going to benefit them. And that's what we're trying to do, Clem, as you know.
Yes. So, I mean, the key here is also that we, for example, the person who could buy a truck, okay, we will arrange the financing for them. We arrange the financing for them. So it's not as if they are taking money out of pocket right away, or they're going to go through the marketplace looking for a way to buy their own truck. We will arrange the financing for them. That way they are entrepreneurs right from the butt. Now, what we're teaching them is you are not going to be working for somebody. If you try to game the system, you are gaming yourself.
That's good. I like that. That's true.
You can't game yourself. If you game yourself, you are a loser. And we don't want you to be a loser. We want you to be a winner. So we are going to teach you the methods of being a successful business person.
Good. I like that. We have about 55 seconds left. I just want to say, please help us raise the $1 million and reach 1 million people at returningyouth.com. returningyouth.com, or you can give us a call at 302-746-2311, 302-746-2311. And also, if you want to get that book for $10 from Dr. Braven, Raising Miracle Children, you can do that also at 302-746-2311. He's going to be donating the proceeds of the first 10 books to us. We appreciate him doing that. And
as we say all the time, if you give any money into this cause, you are letting it rain upon us.
I like that.
Fresh rain. You're bringing fresh rain upon us.
And we are out. Thank you very much. Contact us at returning